this is an unprecedented time, and there's so much anxiety and uncertainty in the air right now. So we are living with something we've never had to live with before, most certainly. And
How do you
I think,
suggest, sorry, Dr. Courtney, how do you suggest people cope with this sort of uncertainty at the moment?
yes, I mean, I think the most important thing to remember here is that living with uncertainty is hard. And it's because as human beings, we are creatures of habit. We crave and want to know what happens next because that makes us feel safe and it makes us feel secure. And so, with all of this uncertainty in the air, our brains perceive this as dangerous and as threat. So, they're going to do everything they can to try and just shut everything down so we can focus on finding safety and certainty. And that's the anxiety and the stress that we feel. So what will happen is that we have to accept, yeah, that this is a really difficult time. We can spend so much time kind of moaning and complaining about the opportunities that are reduced, the things we cannot do. And there's a place for that. But at some point, we have to just accept this is how it is. So we don't stay in fear and we don't stay in resistance, and we can start to be able to make plans with what is possible. So I think the first thing is about accepting, yeah, this is really, really hard.
And it's a moment of having hopes dashed, isn't it? We've had a WhatsApp from Emma from Stoke-on-Trent. She says, we're a family of 3. We have now all tested positive for COVID. So Christmas plans dashed, although they may just come out of isolation just before. Unfortunately, this is the way it's going to be for lots of people now, isn't it?
It really is. And, over the next few days, as the government says, we're planning on seeing so many more cases. So this can happen, what's happened to Emma and her family, to so many people. And it's going to be a very different kind of Christmas. So it's going to be about saying what is possible and what is not possible, and what can I create to make a meaningful Christmas, given all of my plans have been dashed.
And Susan from,
hard.
sorry, Dr. Courtney, Susan from Devon just saying, I'm feeling scared to go out and see my children and grandchildren. I mean, there's no dispute in this family, but there are families where people want to do different things. This is going to come up a lot over Christmas, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think, when it comes to families and Christmas, it's always a stressful time anyway. But what we need to remember is that people have different kind of anxiety tolerance to illness, particularly around COVID. Some people have been double jabbed and boosted, and they really don't feel much fear. They kind of think, okay, I just want to go out and live my life as normal. We have people who are suspicious of vaccinations and perhaps behave the same way as the group I just talked about and are going about life as if this isn't around. And then we have, other people who feel really vulnerable to getting COVID and feeling ill, and for very good reason often. And so when you bring family members together to a table and they have different levels of tolerance with regards to their anxiety, it can create a lot of pressure. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that over the holiday season.
We may well do. Dr. Courtney Raspin, thank you so much for that. Really useful.